The key turns softly in the door. Chairs find their places on the floor. A ribbon of morning crosses the room. The quiet makes a little more room. Names on the chalkboard, clean in a line. Nothing is asking me to race against time. I set down the flowers and straighten one frame. When the room wakes up, I do the same. Let the first good thing be simple and small. A clear little rhythm, no hurry at all. One open doorway, one easy hello. A place for the morning to quietly grow. Nothing to prove and nowhere to race. The day finds its balance. The room finds its place. The first pair of footsteps comes in from the street. A coat on a chair and a bag by the feet. Someone unfolds all the news of the day, then leaves half the pages folded away. A cup lands softly beside an old book. Two friends start laughing at one knowing look. The clock keeps moving without making noise. The room fills slowly with ordinary joys. A line on the counter, a name called aloud. A moment of calm in the middle of town. The plants catch the breeze whenever doors move. The bass keeps a light and familiar groove. A note in the drawer says take your time. Written last week in a hurried hand. I read it again and leave it in view. A small good reminder can still feel new. Louder beyond the glass, there is no need to follow it fast. A steady beat and an open chair can make enough space for anyone there. No grand occasion has to begin. A regular morning is welcome to come in. Let the first good thing be simple and small. A clear little rhythm, no hurry at all. One open doorway, one easy hello. A place for the morning to quietly grow. Nothing to prove and nowhere to race. The day finds its balance. The room finds its place. Softly in the door, now footsteps cross the waiting floor. I set down the flowers and straightened one frame. The room found its rhythm, and I did the same. Let the first good thing arrive this way. Quiet and clear at the start of the day. Nothing too bright and nothing too slow. Just enough room for the morning to grow. I wrote 6 things on a paper square, put it by the keys and left it there. The first says call, the next says send, the last is arrows I cannot defend. I draw one line through yesterday, leave the harder words for later in the day. There is time enough to get things done. I can start with the simplest one. A list can wait for a minute or two while I decide what matters to do. One clear step, then another in line. No need to carry the end of the the day, the page will still be waiting for me, right where I left it, under the keys. I roll my sleeves and clear one space, move an empty glass back into place. One short message, one useful reply, no need to solve every reason why. The phone stays quiet beside my hand, I make one note that I understand. A smaller plan can work just fine when every task gets its own little line. The day, the page will still be waiting for me, right where I left it, under the keys. By late morning, 3 lines are crossed. Nothing was hurried and nothing was lost. The longest sentence became a word. The answer was simpler than what I had heard. I leave one space at the bottom below for something useful I do not yet know. Then fold the paper and put it away with enough room left in the rest of the day. I wrote 6 things on a paper square. Now only 2 are waiting there. The first can move to another time. The last no longer needs a line. There is time enough to get things done. I started with the simplest one. One clear step and a place to begin. A little less noise and a little more room. I fold the page and set it aside. The rest can wait until I decide.
You came in carrying a folded mat, paused by the tables and loosened your strap. 3 empty places were closer at hand. Still you kept looking as if you had planned. The corner had one chair turned toward the street, a plant on the shelf and room for your feet. You placed down the map without opening it, then leaned back once and decided to sit. Take the corner seat and let the traffic pass. Leave a little space between the next thing and the last. Nothing needs an answer right away. The corner holds the middle of the day. A bus moved past with a number in red. You watched for a moment, then lowered your head. A pen made circles beside one small name. You crossed one out, then wrote it again. Someone nearby turned a page with care. A jacket remained on the opposite chair. You looked at the clock, but stayed where you were, as if losing 10 minutes might be worth more. Take the corner seat and let the traffic pass. Leave a little space between the next thing and the last. Nothing needs an answer right away. corner holds the middle of the day. The map stayed folded beside your hand. You did not need it to understand. The route can change without going wrong. A pause can belong where a plan once belonged. You turned the chair just an inch toward the room, made space for a bag and a coat coming through. When somebody asked if the other seat was free, you nodded once and moved back easily. Some places ask for a name and a reason. Some want a date or a particular season. This one just offers a table and chair. No explanation is needed in there. You can arrive with nowhere to be. Watch all the motion without having to leave. The street keeps moving beyond your view. The corner keeps one open place for you. Take the corner seat and let the traffic pass. Leave a little space between the next thing and the last. Nothing needs an answer right away. The corner holds the middle of the day. You came in carrying a folded map. Now it lies open across your lap. One small mark where the side roads meet. A penciled circle around the corner seat. The traffic moves, the pages turn. There is nowhere you need to return. You fold the map along the same old lines and leave when the moment feels right.
Shoes by the mat, keys in my coat, one transit card and yesterday's note. The hallway clock is 2 minutes fast. I let it believe that time has passed. The lift takes a while, I take the stairs. The delivery bike is already there. The corner sign turns over to show the street has begun and I am ready to go. Out the door by 9 with a little room to spare. No perfect route, just enough to get me there. A pocket full of errands and a half-charged phone. Out the door by 9, moving at a pace of my own. The bakery gate is halfway raised. The bus at the stop is running 3 minutes late. Someone in blue carries boxes inside. 2 people wait for the crossing sign. I change one plan at the end of the block. Take the longer street without checking the clock. There is no prize for arriving too soon. I follow the shade past a flower shop in bloom. Out the door by 9 with a little room to spare. No perfect route, just enough to get me there. A pocket full of errands and a half-charged phone. Out the door by 9, moving at a pace of my own. The first task is done before 10:30. I circle 1 block and come back again. A name on a sign makes me think of a friend. I send a short message with no question at the end. The city keeps time in a practical way. Doors open and close as people begin their day. I do not have to keep every beat. I can miss one turn and still find the street. Out the door by 9 with a little room to spare. No perfect route, just enough to get me there. place of my own. One more corner, one more sign. Nothing is waiting outside, it's time.
There is an orange on the counter, a paper label curling at the side. I turn it once and leave it there beside a bowl that is a little too wide. The table holds a folded receipt, a pencil worn down near the end. Nothing in the picture matches, still nothing needs to be arranged again. The clock moves past another number. The room keeps every sound in place. A stack of plates waits by the cupboard. One has a narrow painted line. The spoon beside it points toward noon, though it is only 9:30. I water one plant near the doorway, turn the smallest leaf toward the room. A chair moves back across the floor, then settles into where it has enough room. The orange stays there on the counter, like punctuation in an ordinary place. Beyond the block, the engines turn, numbers change and schedules move. Someone is always leaving early, someone has something left to prove. But here, a small and useful moment can hold its shape without a name. A piece of fruit, a painted plate, and nothing asking them to change. The day can start without an announcement. It only needs a place to land. I take the orange from the counter, cut it into pieces one by one. The center reaches the open doorway before the larger tasks have begun. I leave one piece beside a napkin, offer another across the table. A simple thing becomes a reason to stay for as long as we are able. The empty peel curls near the plate. The painted line is visible again. There was an orange on the counter, a paper label curling at the side. Now only two small pieces remain beside the bowl that was a little too wide. The clock moves past another number. The room keeps every sound in place. No grand occasion had to happen. No careful plan was written down. A small good thing sat on the counter in the middle of an ordinary town.
wrote 6 things on a square of paper, then left it underneath the keys. The first one says to make a phone call. The second asked for a reply from me. 2 lines belong to yesterday, one can move to another afternoon. The longest note looks less important when I read it in a quieter room. I place the pencil near the corner and choose the simplest place to begin. If I only finish one thing before noon, that will still be one less thing to carry. I do not need to see the final line before I know which step should come next. The page can stay exactly where it is without deciding how the day will end. A list that waits for several minutes does not become an enemy or friend. I turn the phone face down beside me and open only what I need. One message takes a shorter answer than the version I prepared to send. I cross a sentence from the paper, then change another into 2 small words. The things that looked connected earlier can be completed one by one instead. The clock moves forward without asking whether I am following every hand. Past 11, 3 lines are finished and one no longer needs to be done. The call I thought would take the longest ended before the second minute came. I leave some space below the writing for anything that may arrive today, then fold the paper through the middle and place it where it will not blow away. There is still work across the table, but none of it is asking me to race. I wrote 6 things on a square of paper. Now only 2 are waiting there. One can move to another afternoon. The other has already lost its weight. I place the pencil near the corner and leave the folded page beneath the keys. The next clear step is close enough without the ending being clear to me. I do not need to finish everything to know that something has begun. The page can wait until I return. I started with the simplest one. Early, the hands had not reached the hour. I chose a table near the shelves and moved a chair beside the flowers. My coat stayed folded on my knees. My phone stayed resting in my bag. There was no message I had missed, no reason to check the time again. A truck backed up across the street. Someone rolled a cart inside. I watched the building come to life from my place on the quieter side. A little ahead of time, with nothing that I need to find. Before the hour says my name. A stack of boxes cross the doorway, labels facing left and right. The lamps above the counter changed from half awake to steady light. A notebook opened at the register. A pen was tested on course of 4, then placed them neatly on the tray. I read one paragraph twice over, not because the words were unclear. I simply had another minute and no need to make it disappear. A little ahead of time, with nothing that I need to find. One empty minute can remain before the hour says my name. Entered, brushed one raindrop from a sleeve. They looked around and found my table and laughed because I came so early. We did not start with the important part or open folders right away. We talked about the crooked sign across the narrow one-way lane. By the time the clock reached 10, the room had settled into sound. The minutes I had left unfilled were still somehow useful when they came around. A little ahead of time, no need to fill in every line. One empty minute can remain before the next one takes its place. I arrived 7 minutes early, with nowhere else I had to be. The hands moved forward without asking for any extra help from me. I let the final minute stay exactly where it wanted to be. A little ahead of time, nothing missing, nothing behind. The hour arrives without a sign and finds me ready when it comes around.
I found 3 coins in my left pocket and one old ticket folded twice. A number written near the corner no longer matched the printed price. I set the coins beside my wallet, then read the ticket one more time. It came from somewhere I remember, but not enough to draw the line. The smallest things can stay unnoticed until they gather in one place. I do not need to keep the ticket to know that I was somewhere then. The date has faded near the middle, the route has changed since I was there. I leave the coins beside the doorway for anything I might forget. The ticket goes inside a drawer with several things I have not sorted yet. I take 2 coins down to the corner and buy a paper from the stand. The owner counts the change correctly, then places both coins in my hand. I laugh and choose a piece of fruit that cost exactly what I brought. The paper fits beneath my arm, the ticket barely crosses through my thoughts. I walk back using the same pocket, now carrying nothing but the folded news. At home, the wallet meets
hits the table, the paper opens near the chair. A photograph fills half a page of streets I have not visited this year. The drawer still holds the faded ticket, its corners resting out of sight. I do not need to find a reason to throw it out or keep it for tonight. Some choices can remain unfinished without becoming difficult to hold. I found 3 coins in my left pocket and spent them all before returning. The ticket rests inside the drawer without a lesson or a warning. Tomorrow there may be another, a button note or numbered light. I will decide when I discover it what stays behind and what becomes mine. The pocket hangs beside the doorway, empty enough to start again. The smallest things can wait together until I notice where they have been.
The door across the hall is open. A cardboard box is in the way. A roll of tape sits on the carpet beside a lamp without a shade. I hear one drawer close in the kitchen. Then something wooden meets the floor. A voice says, leave it there a minute. From somewhere just beyond the door. A package came for number 20, but 20 moved away last June. I carry it across the hallway and place it near the empty room. The new name written by the buzzer is shorter than the one before. I wonder who will take the package and what they brought behind that door. We live a few short steps from people whose daily lives we rarely see. A sound of dishes, running water, a different evening on each side. Then once in a while a box arrives with someone else's name and floor, and gives us one uncomplicated reason to cross the hallway and knock on the door. The package disappears by morning. A folded note remains instead. It says, thank you for keeping this, in narrow letters written red. A small screwdriver rests beside it, the one I lent 2 days ago. I place it in the kitchen drawer with all the things I always seem to loan. The door across the hall is closed now. The cardboard box is gone inside. The hallway looks the way it did before our separate plans briefly aligned. A new name waits beside the buzzer, a little easier to recognize. Tomorrow we may pass each other, carrying bags or running late. A nod can hold the whole exchange until another package changes hands. I left the bus 3 stops too early because I missed the printed name. The doors had closed before I noticed, so I decided not to wave. The street was wider than expected, with trees placed evenly in rows. I checked the map and found the blue line, then put my phone back in my coat. A different route was still a route if I kept moving in the proper direction. A hardware shop displayed red buckets. A tailor measured one blue sleeve. A stack of chairs stood near a doorway for someone coming back at 3. I passed a wall of handwritten notices for lessons, rooms, and missing keys. The map suggested turning left, but the next block looked easier to read. I chose the road without the arrow and watched the numbers count toward mine. Arriving late by several minutes would not undo the plans I made. The distance looked much longer when it was only numbers on a page. Now every corner gave an answer before I needed it to speak. The place I meant to reach was waiting 3 stops farther down the street. I found the building near a florist, its number hidden by a vine. The person waiting in the lobby had also lost the track of time. We crossed the street to find some lunch and passed the places I had seen. The tailor bucket stacked up chairs and notices in black and green. The walk became a useful story before the afternoon began. I left the bus 3 stops too early, then reached the place I meant to find. The map returned inside my pocket with several creases out of line. A different route was still a route, and now I knew it without directions. Next time I may stay on the bus and watch these streets go passing by, or leave 3 stops before I need to, and take the road I recognize.
The book was waiting on the second shelf, with one bent corner near the spine. A name was written on the inside, in letters smaller than mine. The first few pages looked untouched, then pencil marks began to show. A line beside a useful sentence, a question written just below. I read the note before the paragraph, and wondered what the writer meant. They circled one unnecessary word, then drew an arrow toward the end. The book contained another story, running quietly beside the printed one. On page 111, a date appeared without a year. The sentence underlined beneath it was ordinary but sincere. A grocery list filled half the margin, with bread and soap and something blue. The final item had been crossed out before the writer made it through. I could erase the older markings and make the pages look complete. Instead, I left the notes around them as part of what I chose to read. The printed line supplied the story, the pencil gave it somewhere else to live. I added one small mark near the ending, a single line beside a phrase. I did not write an explanation or leave my name upon the page. Someone may find the book much later and wonder what I meant to say, then turn another page and notice the grocery list has stayed that way. The book returns to the second shelf, its bent old corner still in place. My pencil line now rests among the other marks I chose not to erase. Two separate stories share the pages without agreeing what they mean. The margin keeps what would not fit inside the paragraph or plan. A date, a list, an arrow, and one more line from another hand.
with two white towels between. One sleeve has turned itself inside, the other points toward the street. I fastened every wooden clip, but left one basket by the door. The washing machine finished early, then started turning once more. The weather gave me enough time to hang the lighter things outside. A shirt can dry without attention, while other parts of life continue. The fabric moves each time the air finds space between the wall and railing. I check the clips and close the door, then let the sleeves decide their direction. I clear the dishes from the table and answer one familiar call. The shadow of the hanging towels moves slowly downward on the wall. A sock has fallen near the basket, its missing pair is somewhere near. I find it folded in a pillowcase from laundry washed this time last year. The smallest jobs keep changing places before they finally disappear. By early afternoon, the shirts have stopped their movement on the line. I take the wooden clips down first and stack them in a row of 5. One collar still feels slightly cool, so I leave that shirt outside. The others fold across my arm, with every button facing right. The empty line returns to waiting for another ordinary load. 3 shirts were moving on the line, now only one remains. 2 white towels are in the cupboard, the basket is beside the stairs. The missing sock has found its pair, the wooden clips are put away. Nothing important had to happen for several things to find their place. One sleeve still points toward the street until the final shirt is dry. I close the door and leave it there, with enough time left before the night. The keys were underneath the newspaper. beside a photograph and pen. I looked inside the usual drawer, then searched the same two rooms again. I checked the pocket of my jacket and moved a cushion from the chair. The keys remained beneath the newspaper, exactly where I left them there. I found a bowl inside the cupboard, too shallow for anything I cook. I placed it on the table corner, near the calendar and book. The keys went in when I returned and stayed inside it through the night. For once I reached the door next morning and found them waiting within sight. A place can solve a small confusion without becoming a rule. The bowl does not remind or warn me, it simply holds one useful thing. If I forget to use it later, the keys may travel somewhere new. But now the table has a corner that knows exactly what to do. A button joined the keys on Tuesday. A folded receipt arrived on 4. By Friday 2 small coins were resting beside a clip from something torn. I cleared the extra things on Sunday and left the bowl with only keys. A useful place can lose its purpose when every object wants to stay. The keys are waiting in the small bowl beside the calendar and book. I pass the table on my way out and find them with a single look. The newspaper stays somewhere else now. The bowl keeps one uncomplicated task. Tomorrow something may be missing, a pair of glasses or a note. For now the keys have found a place, and I can leave without searching my coat.
The shorter road was under repair, with orange signs across the lane. I turned around beside the pharmacy and checked the street name once again. The longer block had fewer buildings and wider spaces near the trees. A row of bicycles stood waiting, with numbers painted on their seats. I added 7 minutes to the walk and left the map inside my pocket. The extra distance changed the order of everything I usually passed. The market came before the crossing. The narrow bridge appeared at last. A route can still arrive correctly without repeating what it did before. A shop displayed old desk lamps in colors I had never seen. slept underneath the bench beside a coat folded in green. The street became a shallow slope, then met the road I knew again. I recognized the corner bakery, but reached it from the opposite end. The longer block returned me gently to somewhere ordinary and familiar. The road repairs were done by Friday. The shorter street was open wide. The signs and kept on walking along the route on the other side. The numbered bicycles were gone, the dog had moved beneath the tree. The lamps remained inside the shop, still facing outward toward the street. This time 7 extra minutes, we're already part of what I meant to do. Gone by chance. It held a sequence I remembered, a market bridge and row of lamps. A route becomes familiar slowly whenever there is time to use it twice. The shorter road is open now, with every orange sign removed. I pass the corner and continue along the block I did not choose. The map remains inside my pocket. The street names stay where I can see. The destination has not changed, only the things I passed before. I take the longer block again and add 7 minutes to the door.
Peaches rested in a paper bag, with one small tear along the side. I held the bottom with my other hand and kept the folded edge upright. The market seller added one more because its skin had met a bruise. I placed it gently near the others, with no particular one to choose. The bag sat open on the table, beside a plate and kitchen knife. A little paper dust remained where someone wrote the total price. I washed the peach with the small bruise and cut around the softer part. The other 4 stayed in the bag, still carrying the market on their skins. Some things arrive in perfect boxes, with every corner closed and clean. Others need one hand underneath them to reach the place where they should be. The paper held until the table, then gave its weight to wooden plate. The tear had done no real damage, it only changed the way I carried it. I shared 2 pieces with a neighbor who came to borrow something small. We left the plate beside the doorway and talked until the shadow moved. The remaining peaches filled a bowl. The paper bag was folded flat. I kept the piece with the written price, then used the rest to wrap a glass. 4 peaches rested in a paper bag and reached the table one by one. The first became a shared small plate before the larger day had begun. The bowl now holds the other 3, with enough room between their sides. The paper tier is folded inward, the market total stays in view. A careful hand beneath a small thing can be the only help it needs.
We sat 2 chairs apart each Thursday, at tables facing different ways. You opened folders full of numbers. I read reports and marked the dates. The chair between us held a backpack, or sometimes nothing for an hour. We knew each other by arrival, but never asked a name or reason. The room was large enough to share, without requiring conversation. One Thursday every table filled, before I reached the usual place. You moved the backpack from the middle and pointed quietly toward the chair. I thanked you, opened up my papers, and tried to keep them in one stack. A printed page slid to the floor. You stopped it with the edge of your bag. We returned to separate numbers, now sitting closer than before. It does not take a long discussion to make a stranger less unknown. A chair moved half a meter closer can change the outline of a room. We kept our separate work between us and shared the table without a plan. The smallest courtesy can happen before a name is introduced. The following week the tables opened, and both our usual places waited. You chose the chair across from mine, instead of 2 full seats away. We spoke about the broken outlet and which connection worked the best. Then opened folders, books and numbers, and let the conversation rest.
middle chair remained unoccupied, with no backpack to mark the space. We sat 2 chairs apart each Thursday, until the room became too full. A falling page and moved backpack made something ordinary shift. We still arrive with separate work and leave at different times each week. The distance changed before our habits required either one to speak. Next Thursday, one of us may arrive and find the other chair in use. The room will still remember nothing, but we will know which table to choose.
A pencil mark beside the date was all I left to show the change. The printed schedule stayed the same, but Tuesday moved to Thursday morning. I did not cross the whole line out or write the reason underneath. One narrow arrow joined the boxes and made the difference clear to me. The page looked almost as it did before the plan moved somewhere else. A smaller mark can hold a decision without explaining every part. The paper only needs direction, not the conversation that began it. I leave enough room in the margin for something else that may be moved. The calendar can keep its shape while plans continue changing inside it. On Wednesday, another note appeared in ink that would not disappear. Placed a pencil line beside it before the time became too near. The morning opened unexpectedly. The afternoon became complete. 2 separate boxes traded places without disturbing the rest of the week. I closed the book and put it down with every useful mark in sight. By Friday, most of what had shifted had found a place that worked instead. The pencil arrows crossed no further than the boxes where they led. One meeting ended 10 minutes early. Another started near the stairs. The written page could not include the useful pauses in between. Still, every mark had done its part, and none required a longer story. A pencil mark beside the date was all I needed for the change. The printed schedule stayed familiar, though nothing happened quite the same. I closed the book at Friday evening and leave one blank page after that. Next week can write its own direction when there is something worth a mark. One narrow line, one altered time, one open space that still remains. The page can keep a simple record without controlling every change.
The table near the plants was open, though every other chair was turned. I placed my bag beside the larger pot and moved one leaf away from the lamp. A drop of water marked the tabletop where someone filled the tray too high. I wiped it once with a folded napkin, then opened what I came to read. The plants made half the room feel smaller without making it feel closed. Their leaves divided passing figures into pieces of coats and sleeves. I could hear the doorway opening before I saw who entered through. A person asked about the spare chair, then carried it across the floor. The empty place beside my table became a wider space once more. The largest leaf moved with the doorway, then rested near the lamp again. I turned one page and lost my place while watching water reach the tray. Kept changing past the leaves in coats of gray and bags of red. A cherry turned, another moved. A book replaced the folded paper. The plants stayed rooted in their pots while everything around them found a place. By noon the table held 2 books, a pencil, glass, and numbered page. The drop of water had disappeared. The largest leaf had left the lamp. I packed the books and checked the chair for anything that might remain. Then moved the leaf a little farther from where the warmer light had been. The table near the plants was open, and now it waits for someone else. The spare chair rests beside the doorway, The leaves divide the room again. I leave the tabletop uncovered, except for one small ring of water. Tomorrow I may choose another, or take the same place near the green. The room will change beyond the leaves before I finish what I came to read.
Nothing urgent waits beside the phone. No number flashes on the screen. The calendar has one short entry with several open hours between. I place the charger in the drawer and leave the curtains where they are. A delivery arrives downstairs, carry someone else's name. The morning has enough direction without another place to go. I sort the papers near the bookshelf by what can stay and what can leave. A folded guide from last December still recommends a place I missed. I keep the map but lose the coupons and find a card without a name. The papers make a smaller pile and leave a wider part of the table. I stop before the drawer is perfect because it already opens cleanly. An open hour does not require a plan to prove that it was used. I can finish half a chapter, then decide to move the chair. The clock can cross another number without receiving help from me. There is nothing urgent today, and nothing missing from the space. I take the folded guide outside and walk as far as the next block. The place it recommended closed, but someone painted over the sign. A new shop fills the former doorway with boxes stacked against one wall. I keep on walking past the corner, then circle back without going in. The unused guide returns with me, now useful for a different reason. Nothing urgent waits beside the phone. The calendar still holds one line. The table has a wider surface. The drawer can close without a sound. I place the folded guide beside it and leave the afternoon unplanned. An open hour can stay unfinished without becoming empty time. The clock continues past the number. The room remains the way it is. There is nothing urgent today, and enough already has been done.
The chairs come down from every table, one at a time across the floor. The register begins with 0. The keys are waiting by the drawer. A clean white cloth moves past the counter, then folds into a narrow square. The first delivery waits outside, with 3 small boxes on the stairs. The room still holds the cooler air that settled here throughout the night. The cups return to even rows, with every handle facing right. A page is turned upon the calendar. The date is written near the top. The larger plant receives some water. The smaller one can wait a day. A menu card moves toward the entrance, where passing people see the name. The final lamp above the doorway changes the color of the room. Opening is made of smaller actions, repeated in a useful order. A chair, a lamp, a counted drawer, a cloth returned beneath the counter. None of them announces the beginning, but each one brings the room a little closer, until the only thing remaining is turning one small sign around. A bicycle stops near the entrance. Someone checks the written time. The clock has 3 more minutes left, but everything is set inside. I place the keys beneath the register and move one chair away from the wall. The person waiting finds the doorway just as the minute reaches 9. The room no longer feels unopened before a single word is said. The chairs came down from every table. The register began with 0. The cups returned to even rows. The lamps were raised above the room. The first delivery is put away. The date is waiting on the page. Every smaller task has finished without requiring a larger change. I cross the room toward the doorway and turn the printed side to show. The day begins without a signal when the sign turns over at the door.
A paper clip held down the corner of a map unfolded on the table. The street I needed crossed the middle, then disappeared beneath the label. I traced the line without a pencil, from the station to the square. The paper tried to fold itself each time I moved my hand away. The clip kept one small section open, while everything around it curled. I only needed 3 directions, a left, a bridge, and number 9. The map contained 100 streets, but most of them were not yet mine. One paper clip beside the corner was enough to hold the useful part. The rest could fold in any order without confusing where to start. I copied 3 names to a note and placed it underneath my phone. The first was shorter than expected, the second looked like somewhere known. I closed the map along its creases, but left the paper clip in place. The metal made a narrow outline where it pressed against the page. The route could fit inside my pocket, with only one small corner showing. Appeared beyond a market. The number 9 was painted blue. The first left turn arrived correctly, though one street had a different name. I reached the square before the hour and opened up the map once more. The paper clip still held the corner beside the place I had been looking for. I marked no line across the paper. The route was clear enough by then. A paper clip held down the corner of a map unfolded on the table. Now that section carries several creases from a route that proved reliable. I close the page and keep the clip attached exactly where it stayed. The next direction may begin from somewhere else upon the same old page. I left a bridge in number 9 where all the map required to show. The paper clip returns inside my pocket until I need another road.
Shopping bag was folded in the narrow space beside the door. Its handles crossed along the middle. Its bottom rested on the floor. I took it out before I left and checked the list inside my coat. 3 things were written near the top. A 4th was added in a different note. The bag had carried heavier things, and several corners showed the use. The first shop had the paper towels. The second had the size I needed. I placed each item in the bottom and kept the handles evenly divided. A bottle leaned against one side. A box supported it below. The 4th item was unavailable, so I crossed it from the smaller note. changed its shape around whatever happened to be inside. Some things are made to keep returning without looking the way they did before. A folded square beside the doorway becomes a bag and then a square again. The marks along the bottom corners keep a record without written dates. Every trip leaves one more crease, then folds itself into the same small space. At home, the bottle reached the cupboard. The box went underneath the sink. The paper towels filled the holder before I had a chance to sit. One small receipt remained inside with a crossed out item on the end. I placed it with a newer list so I could look for it again. The blue bag waited on the table until every item found its place. The blue shopping bag is folded in the narrow space beside the door. Its handles cross along the middle. Its bottom rests against the floor. One more crease runs through the side beside the marks already there. The next list may be longer. The bag may take a different shape, then fold itself beside the doorway and wait there for another day.
Was due the previous Friday, but stayed beside the chair until Tuesday. A receipt was marking page 200, where I stopped before the final chapter. I placed it carefully inside my bag, with the cover facing toward the back. The return date printed on the receipt was folded through the middle of the 8. I had finished every written page, but kept the book for 3 more mornings. The walk to the library took 10 minutes, past the postbox and smaller park. I carried 2 more books beneath it, though neither one was ready to return. The entrance gate made one short sound when the borrowed books passed through. I placed the finished one upon the counter and kept the other 2 inside my bag. The receipt remained between the pages until the librarian pulled it free. Returning something does not cancel the hours it occupied a chair. The cover leaves, the shelf receives it, but several sentences remain. Someone else may find the same bent corner and stop upon the page I chose. The book can start another visit without remembering where it went before. another title by the stairs. Its cover showed an empty building. Its first page carried no written name. I checked it out with the two others and placed it where the first had been. The finished book returned on Tuesday. The new one opened Tuesday afternoon. A different receipt now marks the page where another borrowed story begins. The book was due the previous Friday, but reached the proper shelf on Tuesday. The chair beside me holds another, with several chapters left unread. The former receipt is in my pocket. The newer one is in its place. One borrowed story has returned and left another occupying the space. The shelf receives what I have finished. The chair receives what comes back home. A book can leave and still remain in several lines I already know.
An umbrella waited by the doorway, though the street outside was dry. Its handle leaned against the wooden stand. Its folded edge had not yet dried. A narrow tag was tied around it, with one short number written down. Someone had left it there on Sunday, before the clouds moved out of town. It stayed beside two empty spaces, reserved for things that might return. On Monday several people checked it, then shook their heads and walked away. One person opened up the handle, but found the color was not the same. The number tag remained attached. The folded cloth grew fully dry. By Tuesday it became familiar, like part of what belonged inside. The doorway opened every hour. The umbrella did not move at all. A forgotten thing can wait in public without knowing who will come. It gathers glances and comparisons, but offers no reply to anyone. The wooden stand keeps one space ready between the doorway and the wall, until the right hand finds the handle and recognizes what it left behind. On Wednesday someone entered quickly and stopped before the second step. They read the number on the tag and turned the handle toward the light. A scratch along the wooden curve was all they needed to be certain. The umbrella left the doorway, though no rain was falling then. The empty space remained beside the wall for whatever might be next. An umbrella waited by the doorway from Sunday afternoon to Wednesday. Its folded cloth became familiar before the owner came again. The number tag is in the drawer now. The wooden stand has one free space. The doorway opens as it did, with one less object waiting there. The street outside remains dry. The umbrella travels out of sight. A forgotten thing has found the hand that new ones scratch along its side.
One minute remained before 11. The clock had nearly joined the hands. A chair was waiting near the doorway, with one small envelope beneath it. I checked the name written on the front, then kept the envelope unopened. It belonged to the person meeting me, who had not yet crossed the entrance. The second hand continued forward without requiring me to count. A message arrived at half the minute, saying they had reached the stairs. I placed the envelope beside the chair and moved my coat to somewhere else. The room continued with its business. A cup was carried past the table. Someone folded up a newspaper and left before the hour changed. The second hand completed one more circle, just as the doorway opened wide. A minute feels much longer when it stands directly before a plan, then disappears without a signal as soon as someone enters through the door. Nothing important changed at 11, except the waiting reached its end. The envelope remained unopened until the proper hands arrived. The person sat beside the doorway and recognized the written name. They opened up the narrow envelope, then read the first line twice again. It held a date for several weeks ahead and one address beneath the time. We placed it flat between our notebooks and marked the location on a map. The clock moved several minutes farther before either of us looked again. Then passed before the meeting started. The chair beside the doorway filled. The envelope reached the proper hands. The second hand continues forward, now carrying nothing I must watch. The hour arrived without assistance and left the minute where it was. 1 minute before 11. There was only waiting left to do. 1 minute after it had passed, the next small plan was already in view. The key turns softly in the door. Chairs find their places on the floor. A ribbon of morning crosses the room. The quiet makes a little more room. Names on the chalkboard, clean and aligned. Nothing is asking me to race against time. I set down the flowers and straighten one frame. When the room wakes up, I do the same. Let the first good thing be simple and small. A clear little rhythm, no hurry at all. One open doorway, one easy hello. A place for the morning to quietly grow. Nothing to prove and nowhere to race. The day finds its balance. The room finds its place. First pair of footsteps comes in from the street. A coat on a chair and a bag by the feet. Someone unfolds all the news of the day, then leaves half the pages folded away. A cup lands softly beside an old book. Two friends start laughing at one knowing look. The clock keeps moving without making noise. The room fills slowly with ordinary joys. A name called aloud, a moment of calm in the middle of town. The plants catch the breeze whenever doors move. The bass keeps a light and familiar groove. A note in the drawer says, take your time. Written last week in a hurried hand. I read it again and leave it in view. A small good reminder can still feel new. If the street grows louder beyond the glass, there is no need to follow it fast. A steady beat and an open chair can make enough space for anyone there. No grand occasion has to begin. A regular morning is welcome to come in. Let the first good thing be simple and small. A clear little rhythm, no hurry at all. One open doorway, one easy hello. A place for the morning to quietly grow. Nothing to prove and nowhere to race. The day finds its balance. The room finds its place. The key turns softly in the door. Now footsteps cross the waiting floor. I I set down the flowers and straightened one frame. The room found its rhythm, and I did the same. Let the first good thing arrive this way, quiet and clear at the start of the day. Nothing too bright and nothing too slow, just enough room for the morning to grow. I wrote 6 things on a paper square, put it by the keys and left it there. The first says call, the next says send, the last has arrows I cannot defend. I draw one line through yesterday, leave the harder words for later in the day. There is time enough to get things done. I can start with the simplest one. A list can wait for a minute or two while I decide what matters to do. One clear step, then another in line. No need to carry the end of the day. The page will still be waiting for me, right where I left it, under the keys. I roll my sleeves and clear one space, move an empty glass back into place. One short message, one useful reply. No need to solve every reason why. The phone stays quiet beside my hand. I make one note that I understand. A smaller plan can work just fine when every task gets its own little line. There is only one thing I need to do. One clear step, then another in line. No need to borrow the end of the day. The page will still be waiting for me, right where I left it, under the keys. By late morning, 3 lines are crossed. Nothing was hurried and nothing was lost. The longest sentence became a word. The answer was simpler than what I had heard. I leave one space at the bottom below for something useful I do not yet know. Then fold the paper and put it away, with enough room left in the rest of the day. I wrote 6 things on a paper square. Now only 2 are waiting there. The first can move to another time. The last no longer needs a line. There is time enough to get things done. I started with the simplest one. One clear step and a place to begin. A little less noise and a little more room. I fold the page and set it aside. The rest can wait until I decide.
Places were closer at hand. Still you kept looking as if you had planned. The corner had one chair turned toward the street, a plan on the shelf and room for your feet. You placed down the map without opening it, then ready to sit. Take the corner seat and let the traffic pass. Leave a little space between the next thing and the last. Nothing needs an answer right away. The corner holds the middle of the day. A bus moved past with a number in red. You watched for a moment, then lowered your head. A pen made circles beside one small name. You crossed one out, then wrote it again. Someone nearby turned a page with care. A jacket remained on the opposite chair. You looked at the clock, but stayed where you were, as if losing 10 minutes might be worth more. Take the corner seat and let the traffic pass. Leave a little space between the next thing and the last. Nothing needs an answer right away. The corner holds the middle of the day. The map stayed folded beside your hand. You did not need it to understand. A route can change without going wrong. A pause can belong where a plan once belonged. You turn the chair just an inch toward the roommate. Space for a bag and a coat coming through. When somebody asked if the other seat was free, you nodded once and moved back easily. Some places ask for a name and a reason. Some want a date or a particular season. This one just offers a table and chair. No explanation is needed in there. You can arrive with nowhere to be. Watch all the motion without having to leave. The street keeps moving beyond your view. The corner keeps one open place for you. Take the corner seat and let the traffic pass. Leave a little space between the next thing and the last. Nothing needs an answer right away. The corner holds the middle of the day. You came in carrying a folded map. Now it lies open across your lap. One small mark where the side roads meet. A penciled circle around the corner seat. The traffic moves, the pages turn. There is nowhere you need to return. You fold the map along the same old lines and leave when the moment feels right.
Shoes by the mat, keys in my coat, one transit card and yesterday's note. The hallway clock is 2 minutes fast. I let it believe that time has passed. The lift takes a while, I take the stairs. A delivery bike is already begun and I am ready to go. Out the door by 9 with a little room to spare. No perfect route, just enough to get me there. A pocket full of errands and a half-charged phone. Out the door by 9, moving at a pace of my own. The bakery gate is halfway raised. The bus at the stop is running 3 minutes late. Someone in blue carries boxes inside. 2 people wait for the crossing sign. I change one plan at the end of the block. Take the longer street without checking the clock. There is no prize for arriving too soon. I follow the shade past the flower shop in bloom. Out the door by 9 with a little room to spare. No perfect route, just enough to get me there. A pocket full of errands and a half-charged phone. Out the door by 9, moving at a pace of my own. The first task is done before 10:30. I circle 1 block and come back again. A name on a sign makes me think of a friend. I send a short message with no question at the end. The city keeps time in a practical way. Doors open and close as people begin their day. I do not have to keep every beat. I can miss one turn and still find the street. Out the door by 9 with a little room to spare. No perfect route, just enough to get me there. A pocket full of errands and a half-charged phone. Out the door by 9, moving at a pace of my own. One more corner, one more sign. Nothing is waiting outside, it's time.
There is an orange on the counter, a paper label curling at the side. I turn it once and leave it there, beside a bowl that is a little too wide. The table holds a folded receipt, a pencil worn down near the end. Nothing in the picture matches still. Nothing needs to be arranged again. The clock moves past another number. The room keeps every sound in place. A stack of plates waits by the cupboard. One has a narrow painted line. The spoon beside it points toward noon, though it is only 9:30. I water one plant near the doorway, turn the smallest leaf toward the room. A chair moves back across the floor, then settles into where it has enough room. The orange stays there on the counter, like punctuation in an ordinary place. the engines turn, numbers change and schedules move. Someone is always leaving early. Someone has something left to prove. But here, a small and useful moment can hold its shape without a name. A piece of fruit, a painted plate, and nothing asking them to change. The day can start without an announcement. It only needs a place to land. I take the orange from the counter, cut it into pieces one by one. The scent reaches the open doorway before the larger tasks have begun. I leave one piece beside a napkin, offer another across the table. A simple thing becomes a reason to stay for as long as we are able. The empty peel curls near the plate. The painted line is visible again. There was an orange on the counter, a paper label curling at the side. Now only two small pieces remain beside the bowl that was a little too wide. The clock moves past another number. The room keeps every sound in place. No grand occasion had to happen. No careful plan was written down. A small good thing sat on the counter in the middle of an ordinary town.
I wrote 6 things on a square of paper, then left it underneath the keys. The first one says to make a phone call. The second asks for a reply from me. 2 lines belong to yesterday. One can move to another afternoon. The longest note looks less important when I read it in a quieter room. I place the pencil near the corner and choose the simplest place to begin. If I only finish one thing before noon, that will still be one less thing to carry. I do not need to see the final line before I know which step should come next. The page can stay exactly where it is without deciding how the day will end. A list that waits for several minutes does not become an enemy or friend. I turn the phone face down beside me and open only what I need. One message takes a shorter answer than the version I prepared to send. I cross a sentence from the paper, then change another into 2 small words. The things that look connected earlier can be completed one by one instead. The clock moves forward without asking whether I am following every hand. At 11:30, 3 lines are finished and one no longer needs to be done. The call I thought would take the longest ended before the second minute came. I leave some space below the writing for anything that may arrive today. Then fold the paper through the middle and place it where it will not blow away. There is still work across the table, but none of it is asking me to race. wrote 6 things on a square of paper. Now only 2 are waiting there. One can move to another afternoon, the other has already lost its weight. I place the pencil near the corner and leave the folded page beneath the keys. The next clear step is close enough without the ending being clear to me. I do not need to finish everything to know that something has begun. The page can wait until I return. I started with the simplest one. I arrived 7 minutes early. The hands had not reached the hour. I chose a table near the shelves and moved a chair beside the flowers. My coat stayed folded on my knees. My phone stayed resting in my bag. There was no message I had missed, no reason to check the time again. A truck backed up across the street. Someone rolled a cart inside. I watched the building come to life from my place on the quieter side. A little ahead of time, with nothing that I need to find. One empty minute can remain before the hour says my name. A stack of boxes cross the doorway, labels facing left and right. The lamps above the counter changed from half awake to steady light. A notebook opened at the register. A pen was tested on one page. Someone counted cups in groups of 4, then placed them neatly on the tray. I read one paragraph twice over, not because the words were unclear. I simply had another minute and no need to make it disappear. A little ahead of time, with nothing that I need to find. One empty minute can remain before the hour says my name. Brushed one raindrop from a sleeve. They looked around and found my table, then laughed because I came so early. We did not start with the important part or open folders right away. We talked about the crooked sign across the narrow one-way lane. By the time the clock reached 10, the room had settled into sound. The minutes I had left unfilled were still somehow useful when they came around. A little ahead of time, no need to fill in every line. One empty minute can remain before the next one takes its place. I arrived 7 minutes early, with nowhere else I had to be. The hands moved forward without asking for any extra help from me. I let the final minute stay exactly where it wanted to be. A little ahead of time, nothing missing, nothing
found 3 coins in my left pocket and one old ticket folded twice. A number written near the corner no longer matched the printed price. I set the coins beside my wallet, then read the ticket one more time. It came from somewhere I remember, but not enough to draw the line. The smallest things can stay unnoticed until they gather in one place. I do not need to keep the ticket to know that I was somewhere then. The date is faded near the middle, the route has changed since I was there. I leave the coins beside the doorway for anything I might forget. The ticket goes inside a drawer with several things I have not sorted yet. I take 2 coins down to the corner and buy a paper from the stand. The owner counts the change correctly, then places both coins in my hand. I laugh and choose a piece of fruit that cost exactly what I brought. The paper fits beneath my arm, the ticket barely crosses through my thoughts. I walk back using the same pocket, now carrying nothing but the folded news. At home the wallet meets the table, the paper opens near the chair. A photograph fills half a page of streets I have not visited this year. The drawer still holds the faded ticket, its corners resting out of sight. I do not need to find a reason to throw it out or keep it for tonight. Some choices can remain unfinished without becoming difficult to hold. I found 3 coins in my left pocket and spent them all before returning. The ticket rests inside the drawer without a lesson or a warning. Tomorrow there may be another, a button note or numbered line. I will decide when I discover it what stays behind and what becomes mine. The pocket hangs beside the doorway, empty enough to start again. The smallest things can wait together until I notice where they have been.
The door across the hall is open. A cardboard box is in the way. A roll of tape sits on the carpet beside a lamp without a shade. I hear one drawer close in the kitchen, then something wooden meets the floor. A voice says, leave it there a minute, from somewhere just beyond the door. A package came for number 20, but 20 moved away last June. I carry it across the hallway and place it near the empty room. The new name written by the buzzer is shorter than the one before. I wonder who will take the package what they brought behind that door. We live a few short steps from people whose daily lives we rarely see. A sound of dishes running water, a different evening on each side. Then once in a while, a box arrives with someone else's name and floor, and gives us one uncomplicated reason to cross the hallway and knock on the door. The package disappears by morning. A folded note remains instead. It says, "Thank you for keeping this," in narrow letters written red. A small screwdriver rests beside it, the one I lent 2 days ago. I place it in the kitchen drawer with all the things I always seem to loan. The door across the hall is closed now. The cardboard box is gone inside. The hallway looks the way it did before our separate plans briefly aligned. A new name waits beside the buzzer, a little easier to recognize. Tomorrow we may pass each other, carrying bags or running late. A nod can hold the whole exchange until another package changes hands. I left the bus 3 stops too early because I missed the printed name. The doors are closed before I noticed, so I decided not to wave. The street was wider than expected, with trees placed evenly in rows. I checked the map and found the blue line, and put my phone back in my coat. A different route was still a route if I kept moving in the proper direction. A hardware shop displayed red buckets. A tailor measured one blue sleeve. A stack of chairs stood near a doorway for someone coming back at 3. I passed a wall of handwritten notices for lessons, rooms, and missing keys. The map suggested turning left, but the next block looked easier to read. I chose the road without the arrow and watched the numbers count toward mine. Arriving late by several minutes would not undo the plans I made. The distance looked much longer when it was only numbers on a page. Now every corner gave an answer was waiting 3 stops farther down the street. I found the building near a florist, its number hidden by a vine. The person waiting in the lobby had also lost the track of time. We crossed the street to find some lunch and passed the places I had seen. The tailor bucket stacked up chairs and notices in black and green. The walk became a useful story before the afternoon began. I left the bus 3 stops too early, then reached the place I meant to find. The map returned inside my pocket with several creases out of line. A different route was still a route, and now I knew it without directions. Next time I may stay on the bus and watch these streets go passing by, or leave 3 stops before I need to, and take the road I recognize.
book was waiting on the second shelf, with one bent corner near the spine. A name was written on the inside, in letters smaller than mine. The first few pages looked untouched, then pencil marks began to show. A line beside a useful sentence, a question written just below. I read the note before the paragraph and wondered what the writer meant. They circled one unnecessary word, then drew an arrow toward the end. The book contained another story, running quietly beside the printed one. On page 111, a date appeared without a year. A sentence underlined beneath it was ordinary but sincere. A grocery list filled half the margin, with bread and soap and something blue. The final item had been crossed out before the writer made it through. I could erase the older markings and make the pages look complete. Instead, I left the notes around them as part of what I chose to read. The printed lines supplied the story, the pencil gave it somewhere else to live. I added one small mark near the ending, a single line beside a phrase. I did not write an explanation or leave my name upon One may find the book much later and wonder what I meant to say, then turn another page and notice the grocery list has stayed that way. The book returns to the second shelf, its bent old corner still in place. My pencil line now rests among the other marks I chose not to erase. Two separate stories share the pages without agreeing what they mean. The margin keeps what would not fit inside the paragraph or plan. A date, a list, a narrow arrow, and one more line from another hand.
3 shirts are moving on the line, with 2 white towels between. One sleeve has turned itself inside, the other points toward the street. I fastened every wooden clip, but left one basket by the door. The washing machine finished early, then started turning once more. The weather gave me enough time to hang the lighter things outside. A shirt can dry without attention, while other parts of life continue. The fabric moves each time the air finds space between the wall and railing. I check the clips and close the door, then let the sleeves decide their direction. I clear the dishes from the table and answer one familiar call. The shadow of the hanging towels moves slowly downward on the wall. A sock has fallen near the basket, its missing pair is somewhere near. I find it folded in a pillowcase from laundry washed this time last year. The smallest jobs keep changing places before they finally disappear. By early afternoon, the shirts have stopped their movement on the line. I take the wooden clips down first and stack them in a row of 5. One collar still feels slightly cool, so I leave that shirt outside. The others fold across my arm, with every button facing right. The empty line returns to waiting for another ordinary load. 3 shirts were moving on the line. Now only 1 remains. 2 white towels are in the cupboard. The basket is beside the stairs. The missing sock has found its pair. The wooden clips are put away. Nothing important had to happen for several things to find their place. 1 sleeve still points toward the street until the final shirt is dry. I close the door and leave it there with enough time left before the night.
The same green jacket crossed the station at 12 minutes after 8. Its owner held a paper folder and always used the farther gate. I noticed first because the color was easy to distinguish in the crowd. Then every Tuesday it appeared without announcing itself aloud. I never learned the person's name or where the morning train would go. One week the jacket carried raindrops. Another week a thread came loose. The paper folder changed to leather, then changed again to something blue. The station sign displayed delays, and everyone moved toward one side. The same green jacket found a place beside the column near the guide. I stood several steps behind it and waited for the train to come. We recognized familiar strangers by shoes, umbrellas, bags, and coats. They'd become part of certain hours without a story or a name. Then when a color disappears, the station looks almost the same, except one ordinary detail has quietly moved out of frame. For 3 full weeks the coat was missing. The farther gate looked wider then. I stopped expecting it on Tuesday and nearly lost the thought again. Today it crossed the station entrance with one new patch above the sleeve. The person checked the paper folder, then stood where I expected them to be. Nothing about the hour had changed, but something had returned to place. The same green jacket crossed the station at 12 minutes after 8. Its owner took the farther entrance and disappeared beyond the gate. I never learned the person's name or where the morning train would go. Some details only need returning to feel like something that we know. The platform filled, the doors divided. The jacket passed beyond my view. Next Tuesday it may cross the station or leave the hour to something new.
The keys were underneath a newspaper, beside a photograph and pen. I looked inside the usual drawer, then searched the same 2 rooms again. I checked the pocket of my jacket and moved a cushion from the chair. The keys remained beneath the newspaper, exactly where I left them there. I found a bowl inside the cupboard, too shallow for anything I cook. I placed it on the table corner, near the calendar and book. The keys went in when I returned and stayed inside it through the night. For once I reached the door next morning and found them waiting within sight. A place can solve a small confusion without becoming a rule. The bowl does not remind or warn me, it simply holds one useful thing. If I forget to use it later, the keys may travel somewhere new. But now the table has a corner that knows exactly what to do. A button joined the keys on Tuesday. A folded receipt arrived on 4. By Friday, 2 small coins were resting beside a clip from something torn. I cleared the extra things on Sunday and left the bowl with only keys. A useful place can lose its purpose when every object wants to stay. The keys are waiting in the small bowl beside the calendar and book. I pass the table on my way out and find them with a single look. The newspaper stays somewhere else now. The bowl keeps one uncomplicated task. Tomorrow something may be missing, a pair of glasses or a note. For now the keys have found a place, and I can leave without searching my coat.
The shorter road was under repair, with orange signs across the lane. I turned around beside the pharmacy and checked the street name once again. The longer block had fewer buildings and wider spaces near the trees. A row of bicycles stood waiting with numbers painted on their seats. I added 7 minutes to the walk and left the map inside my pocket. The extra distance changed the order of everything I usually passed. The market came before the crossing. The narrow bridge appeared at last. A route can still arrive correctly without repeating what it did before. A shop displayed old desk lamps in colors I had never seen. A dog slept underneath a bench beside a coat folded in green. The street became a shallow slope, then met the road I knew again. I recognized the corner bakery, but reached it from the opposite end. The longer block returned me gently to somewhere ordinary and familiar. The road repairs were done by Friday. The shorter street was open wide. I reached the signs and kept on walking along the route on the other side. The numbered bicycles were gone. The dog had moved beneath a tree. The lamps remained inside the shop, still facing outward toward the street. This time, 7 extra minutes were already part of what I meant to do. The longer block no longer felt like somewhere I had gone by chance. It held a sequence I remembered, a market bridge and row of lamps. A route becomes familiar slowly whenever there is time to use it twice. The shorter road is open now, with every orange sign removed. I pass the corner and continue along the block I did not choose. The map remains inside my pocket. The street names stay where I can see. The destination has not changed, only the things I passed before. I longer block again. And at 7 minutes to the door,
Four peaches rested in a paper bag, with one small tear along the side. I held the bottom with my other hand and kept the folded edge upright. The market seller added one more, because its skin had met a bruise. I placed it gently near the others, with no particular one to choose. The bag sat open on the table beside a plate and kitchen knife. A little paper dust remained where someone wrote the total price. I washed the peach with the small bruise and cut around the softer part. The other four stayed in the bag, still carrying the market on their skins. Some things arrive in perfect boxes, with every corner closed and clean. Others need one hand underneath them to reach the place where they should be. The paper held until the table, then gave its weight to wood and plate. The tear had done no real damage, it only changed the way I carried it. I shared 2 pieces with a neighbor who came to borrow something small. We left the plate beside the doorway and talked until the shadow moved. The remaining peaches filled a bowl. The paper bag was folded flat. I kept the piece with the written price, then used the rest to wrap a glass. 4 peaches rested in a paper bag and reached the table one by one. The first became a shared small plate before the larger day had begun. The bowl now holds the other 3, with enough room between their sides. The paper tier is folded inward. The market total stays in view. A careful hand beneath a small thing can be the only help it needs.
We sat 2 chairs apart each Thursday, at tables facing different ways. You opened folders full of numbers. I read reports and marked the dates. The chair between us held a backpack, or sometimes nothing for an hour. We knew each other by arrival, but never asked a name or reason. The room was large enough to share without requiring conversation. One Thursday every table filled. Before I reached the usual place, you moved the backpack from the middle and pointed quietly toward the chair. I thanked you, opened up my papers, and tried to keep them in one stack. A printed page slid to the floor. You stopped it with the edge of your bag. We returned to separate numbers, now sitting closer than before. It does not take a long discussion to make a stranger less unknown. A chair moved half a meter closer can change the outline of a room. We kept our separate work between us and shared the table without a plan. The smallest courtesy can happen before a name is introduced. The following week, the tables opened, and both our usual places waited. You chose the chair across from mine instead of 2 full seats away. We spoke about the broken outlet and which connection worked the best. Then opened folders, books and numbers, and let the conversation rest. The middle chair remained unoccupied, with no backpack to mark the space. We sat 2 chairs apart each Thursday until the room became too full. A falling page and moved backpack made something ordinary shift. We still arrive with separate work and leave at different times each week. The distance changed before our habits required either one to speak. Next Thursday, one of us may arrive and find the other chair in use. The room will still remember nothing, but we will know which table to choose.
A pencil mark beside the date was all I left to show the change. The printed schedule stayed the same, but Tuesday moved to Thursday morning. I did not cross the whole line out or write the reason underneath. One narrow arrow joined the boxes and made the difference clear to me. The page looked almost as it did before the plan moved somewhere else. without explaining every part. The paper only needs direction, not the conversation that began it. I leave enough room in the margin for something else that may be moved. The calendar can keep its shape while plans continue changing inside it. On Wednesday, another note appeared in ink that would not disappear. I placed a pencil line beside it before the time became too near. The morning opened unexpectedly. The afternoon became complete. Two separate boxes traded places without disturbing the rest of the week. I closed the book and put it down with every useful mark in sight. Had found a place that worked instead. The pencil arrows crossed no further than the boxes where they led. One meeting ended 10 minutes early. Another started near the stairs. The written page could not include the useful pauses in between. Still every mark had done its part, and none required a longer story. A pencil mark beside the date was all I needed for the change. The printed schedule stayed familiar, though nothing happened quite the same. I closed the book at Friday evening and leave one blank page after that. Next week can write its own direction when there is something worth a mark. One narrow line, one altered time, one open space that still remains. The page can keep a simple record without controlling every change.
The table near the plants was open, though every other chair was turned. I placed my bag beside the larger pot and moved one leaf away from the lamp. A drop of water marked the tabletop where someone filled the tray too high. I wiped it once with a folded napkin, then opened what I came to read. The plants made half the room feel smaller without making it feel closed. Their leaves divided passing figures into pieces of coats and sleeves. I could about the spare chair, then carried it across the floor. The empty place beside my table became a wider space once more. The largest leaf moved with the doorway, then rested near the lamp again. I turned one page and lost my place while watching water reach the tray. The room kept changing past the leaves, in coats of gray and bags of red. A chair returned, another moved, a book replaced the folded paper. The plants stayed rooted in their pots while everything around them found a place. By noon, the table held 2 books, a pencil, glass, and numbered page. The drop of water had disappeared. The largest leaf had left the lamp. I packed the books and checked the chair for anything that might remain, then moved the leaf a little farther from where the warmer light had been. The table near the plants was open, and now it waits for someone else. The spare chair rests beside the doorway. The leaves divide the room again. I leave the tabletop uncovered, except for one small ring of water. Tomorrow I may choose another, or take the same place near the green. The room will change beyond the leaves before I finish what I came to read.
Nothing urgent waits beside the phone. No number flashes on the screen. The calendar has one short entry with several open hours between. I place the charger in the drawer and leave the curtains where they are. A delivery arrives downstairs but carries someone else's name. The morning has enough direction without another place to go. I sort the papers near the bookshelf by what can stay and what can leave. A folded guide from last December still recommends a place I missed. I keep the map but lose the coupons, then find a card without a name. The papers make a smaller pile and leave a wider part of the table. I stop before the drawer is perfect, because it already opens cleanly. An open now does not require a plan to prove that it was used. confused, I can finish half a chapter, then decide to move the chair. The clock can cross another number without receiving help from me. There is nothing urgent today, and nothing missing from the space. I take the folded guide outside and walk as far as the next block. The place it recommended closed, but someone painted over the sign. A new shop fills the former doorway with boxes stacked against one wall. I keep on walking past the corner, then circle back without going in. The unused guide returns with me, now useful for a different reason. Nothing urgent waits beside the phone. The calendar still holds one line. The table has a wider surface. The drawer can close without a sound. I place the folded guide beside it and leave the afternoon unplanned. An open hour can stay unfinished without becoming empty time. The clock continues past the number. The room remains the way it is. There is nothing urgent today, and enough already has been done.
Chairs come down from every table, one at a time across the floor. The register begins with 0. The keys are waiting by the drawer. A clean white cloth moves past the counter, then folds into a narrow square. The first delivery waits outside with 3 small boxes on the stairs. The room still holds the cooler air that settled here throughout the night. The cups return to even rows, with every handle facing right. A page is turned upon the calendar. The date is written near the top. The larger plant receives some water. The smaller one can wait a day. A menu card moves toward the entrance, where passing people see the name. The final lamp above the doorway changes the color of the room. Opening is made of smaller actions, repeated in a useful order. A chair, a lamp, a counted drawer, a cloth returned beneath the counter. None of them announces the beginning, but each one brings the room a little closer, until the only thing remaining is turning one small sign around. bicycle stops near the entrance. Someone checks the written time. The clock has 3 more minutes left, but everything is set inside. I place the keys beneath the register and move one chair away from the wall. The person waiting finds the doorway just as the minute reaches 9. The room no longer feels unopened before a single word is said. The chairs came down from every table. The register began with 0. The cups returned to even rows. The lamps were raised above the room. The first delivery is put away. The date is waiting on the page. Every smaller task has finished without requiring a larger change. I cross the room toward the doorway and turn the printed side to show. The day begins without a signal when the sign turns over at the door.
A paperclip held down the corner of a map unfolded on the table. The street I needed crossed the middle, then disappeared beneath the label. I traced the line without a pencil, from the station to the square. The paper tried to fold itself each time I moved my hand away. The clip kept one small section open, while everything around it curled. I only needed 3 directions: a left, a bridge, and number 9. The map contained 100 streets, but most of them were not yet mine. One paper clip beside the corner was enough to hold the useful part. The rest could fold in any order without confusing where to start. I copied 3 names to a note and placed it underneath my phone. The first was shorter than expected. The second looked like somewhere known. I closed the map along its creases, but left the paper clip in place. The metal made a narrow outline where it pressed against the page. The route could fit inside my pocket, with only one small corner showing. The bridge appeared beyond a market. The number 9 was painted blue. The first left turn arrived correctly, though one street had a different name. I reached the square before the hour and opened up the map once more. The paper clip still held the corner beside the place I had been looking for. I marked no line across the paper. The route was clear enough by then. A paper clip held down the corner of a map unfolded on the table. Now that section carries several creases from a route that proved reliable. I close the page and keep the clip attached exactly where it stayed. The next direction may begin from somewhere else upon the same old page. I left a bridge and number 9 where all the map required to show. The paper clip returns inside my pocket until I need another road.
The blue shopping bag was folded in the narrow space beside the door. Its handles crossed along the middle. Its bottom rested on the floor. I took it out before I left and checked the list inside my coat. 3 things were written near the top. A 4th was added in a different note. The bag had carried heavier things, and several corners showed the use. The first shop had the paper towels. The second had the size I needed. I placed each item in the bottom and kept the handles evenly divided. A bottle leaned against one side. A box supported it below. The 4th item was unavailable, so I crossed it from the smaller note. The blue bag changed its shape around. Whatever happened to be inside? Some things are made to keep returning without looking the way they did before. A folded square beside the doorway becomes a bag and then a square again. The marks along the bottom corners keep a record without written dates. Every trip leaves one more crease, then folds itself into the same small space. At home, the bottle reached the cupboard. The box went underneath the sink. The paper towels filled the holder before I had a chance to sit. One small receipt remained inside with the crossed out item on the end. I placed it with a newer list so I could look for it again. The blue bag waited on the table until every item found its place. The blue shopping bag
beside the door. Its handles cross along the middle. Its bottom rests against the floor. One more crease runs through the side, beside the marks already there. The next list may be longer. The bag may take a different shape, then fold itself beside the doorway and wait there for another day.
Was due the previous Friday, but stayed beside the chair until Tuesday. A receipt was marking page 200, where I stopped before the final chapter. I placed it carefully inside my bag, with the cover facing toward the back. The return date printed on the receipt was folded through the middle of the 8. I had finished every written page, but kept the book for 3 more mornings. The walk to the library took 10 minutes, past the post box and the smaller park. I carried 2 more books beneath it, though neither one was ready to return. The entrance gate made one short sound when the borrowed books passed through. I placed the finished one upon the counter and kept the other 2 inside my bag. The receipt remained between the pages until the librarian pulled it free. Returning something does not cancel the hours it occupied a chair. The cover leaves, the shelf receives it, but several sentences remain. Someone else may find the same bent corner and stop upon the page I chose. The book can start another visit without remembering where it went before. I walked between the newer shelves and found a title by the stairs. Its cover showed an empty building. Its first page carried no written name. I checked it out with the 2 others and placed it where the first had been. The finished book returned on Tuesday. The new one opened Tuesday afternoon. A different receipt now marks the page where another borrowed story begins. The book was due the previous Friday, but reached the proper shelf on Tuesday. The chair beside me holds another with several chapters left unread. The former receipt is in my pocket, the newer one is in its place. One borrowed story has returned and left another occupying the space. The shelf receives what I have finished. The chair receives what comes back home. A book can leave and still remain in several lines I already know.
An umbrella waited by the doorway, though the street outside was dry. its handle leaned against the wooden stand. Its folded edge had not yet dried. A narrow tag was tied around it, with one short number written down. Someone had left it there on Sunday, before the clouds moved out of town. It stayed beside two empty spaces, reserved for things that might return. On Monday several people checked it, then shook their heads and walked away. One person opened up the handle, but found the color was not the same. The number tag remained attached. The folded cloth grew fully dry. By Tuesday it became familiar, like part of what belonged inside. The doorway opened every hour. The umbrella did not move at all. A forgotten thing can wait in public without knowing who will come. It gathers glances and comparisons, but offers no reply to anyone. The wooden stand keeps one space ready between the doorway and the wall, until the right hand finds the handle and recognizes what it left behind. On Wednesday, someone entered quickly, then stopped before the second step. They read the number on the tag and turned the handle toward the light. A scratch along the wooden curve was all they needed to be certain. The umbrella left the doorway, though no rain was falling then. The empty space remained beside the wall for whatever might be next. An umbrella waited by the doorway from Sunday afternoon to Wednesday. Its folded cloth became familiar before the owner came again. The number tag is in the drawer now. The wooden stand has one free space. The doorway opens as it did, with one less object waiting there. The street outside remains dry. The umbrella travels out of sight. A forgotten thing has found the hand that knew one scratch along its side.
before 11. The clock had nearly joined the hands. A chair was waiting near the doorway, with one small envelope beneath it. I checked the name written on the front, then kept the envelope unopened. It belonged to the person meeting me, who had not yet crossed the entrance. The second hand continued forward, without requiring me to count. A message arrived at half the minute, saying they had reached the stairs. I placed the envelope beside the chair and moved my coat to somewhere else. The room continued with its business. A cup was carried past the table. Someone folded up the newspaper and left before the hour changed. The second hand completed one more circle, just as the doorway opened wide. A minute feels much longer when it stands directly before a plan, then disappears without a signal as soon as someone enters through the door. Nothing important changed at 11, except the waiting reached its end. The envelope remained unopened until the proper hands arrived. The person sat beside the doorway and recognized the written name. They opened up the narrow envelope and read the first line twice again. It held a date for several weeks ahead and one address beneath the time. We placed it flat between our notebooks and marked the location on a map. The clock moved several minutes farther before either of us looked again. 1 minute remained before 11, then passed before the meeting started. The chair beside the doorway filled. The envelope reached the proper hands. The second hand continues forward, now carrying nothing I must watch. The hour arrived without assistance and left the minute where it was. 1 minute before 11. There was only waiting left to do. 1 minute after it had passed, the next small plan was already in view.